Chapter 924. Some of the inmates sympathized with her, some of them were simply enjoying the good show, and some of them had their own lingering fear about the situation. As Elaine was being brought back to her cell, Alex received a phone call from Adam. Adam informed Alex over the phone, "Young master, I have already sent some people to teach Elaine a lesson. I believe that she will definitely not dare to say a single word to you after she is released from the detention center." Alex replied lightly, "Okay, then you did a very good job on this matter." Adam replied, "Young master, please forgive me for saying this, but I think that your mother-in-law is simply too much. She tried to steal so much money from you. Don't you think that it would be better for you to hand her over to the police and let them deal with her according to the law? She should at least be given a suspended death sentence. Why are you releasing her?" Alex smiled wryly before he said, "Well, you do not understand. My mother-in-law is my ticket." Adam hurriedly asked, "Ticket? Young master, what do you mean by that?" Alex could not tell Adam directly that his mother-in-law, Elaine, was actually his ticket to get into his wife's bed. Therefore, he replied indifferently, "All right. Don't ask me so many questions. You can go and make the necessary arrangements now. It is almost time to release her." "Okay," Adam nodded immediately before he said, "Okay. I will go and make all the necessary arrangements now." At this time, Elaine was wailing as she laid in her wooden bed. This was the first time that she had been able to lie on her own wooden bed ever since she had been sent to be locked up in this cell. This was because Brabus pitied her a little because she felt that Elaine was really in a very miserable state after getting beaten up by the 3 other inmates. Therefore, Brabus decided to place Elaine on her bed after bringing her back to their cell. When Lady Richard walked back into the cell, she looked at Elaine, who was lying on the bed, before she sneered and said, "Oh, Elaine, why does it seem like you have offended so many people? Why would everyone want to beat you up? I really can't help wondering how you are going to get through your days in the detention center." Elaine felt as though she was about to collapse at this time. She was even starting to have doubts about her own situation. She could not help but wonder whether the police officers had decided not to release her but to continue keeping her locked up in the detention center instead. If that was really the case, then she would really have a very miserable life ahead of her. She would be beaten up inside the cell, and she would also get beaten up when she left her cell. Olivia also chimed in, "Grandma, I think that this bitch will not be able to live for another 10 to 20 years. According to the current state of affairs, I think that she will probably be beaten to death in another 2 to 3 months." Lady Richard laughed before she said, "Oh, she deserves it. She really deserves it." After that, Lady Richard sat down in front of Elaine. She looked at her badly battered face before she said excitedly, "Ha ha ha. Elaine, you have never dreamt that you would ever suffer this kind of fate that you did today, right? This is great. You can continue suffering and spending the rest of your life in this detention center from now on. Olivia and I will be released in a few days, and both of us will go and live in the villa at Beach Top, enjoying a good life there in the future." Elaine was very aggrieved, and she said, "Even if you really want to live at the villa in Beacon Top, there is no need for you to curse me and wish for my death, right? No matter what it is, I am still the daughter-in-law of the Richard family. I am your son's wife, and I am also the mother of your granddaughter. How can you be so cruel and heartless to me?" Lady Richard sneered before she said, "Of course, I am cruel to you. Besides that, I have never once regarded you as the daughter-in-law of the Richard family. How can a piece of trash like you actually be worthy enough to be considered the daughter-in-law of the Richard family? After I am released from this detention center, I will ask my son to get me a new daughter-in-law instead. When the time comes, our family will be able to enjoy real family happiness then. You can just continue rotting in this smelly prison then." Elaine felt as though she was about to explode when she heard Lady Richard's words. What? The old lady wanted Trump to get a new wife? Did she want to enjoy family happiness with Trump and his new wife? This evil old lady was just daydreaming. Just wait. She would definitely be able to get out of this place. When that time came, she would really love to see the expression on the old lady's face when she realized that the joke was on her instead. Elaine was thinking fiercely to herself when the prison guard suddenly opened the cell door and said, "Elaine, you have already been released. You can come with me to pack up your belongings and go through the formalities. After that, you can get your family members to come and pick you up."